the question of who should sort of needs to start with back a little bit to why again, and what else is happening. Because if you look at what's happening to the creative industries, including designers right now, there is a significant squeeze going on in their professional lives where they aren't being asked to just be designers. They're being asked to be copy editors, and they've been asked to be software developers, and they've been asked to be graphic designers and brand managers and communication specialists. So they're a little bit of a microcosm of how jobs are kind of delaminating. And they're delaminating around the fact that non-experts can now step in and press buttons and do prompts and
vibe
become, and vibe code. And that it's vibe coding and vibe designing as of, last week with Claude Design. And I think that what we have to, before we answer that specific question, we have to look at a couple of things that are happening at the principled level. And the first one is the way that jobs are starting to change with the fact that everyone can do kind of anything. But
at least at a rudimentary level, yes.
Most people
sometimes
don't know
even
what
at an intermediate level.
Yeah, but most people don't know what they're doing, right? And at the moment, there's a narrative that says that if you, and I was reading a Twitter thread this morning, an X thread this morning, and it was just yet more people saying, essentially, you can give a non-expert an LLM or a design, some sort of AI, and suddenly they can be an expert across all fields because they're going to design, they're just going to run all these agents. And I'm looking at it going, okay, so where's the flaw here? Do you give it to an 18-year-old? Do you give it to a 12-year-old? Do you give it to a 7-year-old? Do you give it to a 5-year-old? Where's the flaw? And it's such a completely absurd argument. And the reason it's absurd is because there's a fundamental thing that happens with AI is that it's all kind of average. And it's average not just because you've got to kind of push if you're a good prompter, you can push the models out of average. There's no secret there. But it's average because the design is average. It's a text, it's a prompt, it's this. So for most people, most of the time, going beyond their expertise will give them something that looks novel to them, but isn't novel to the world. So when it comes to, how do you think about who should design? The answer is every single user is going to be able to design, but who is allowing them to create these new designs? Well, the answer is nobody right now. You still got to go back to the core of the people who understand what design is for and understand what is genuinely novel, what is able to be, what is different and meaningful to a person and to the machine. So when everyone in a company is able to vibe code their own thing, they're all going to vibe code something that looks like a standard SaaS design right now. And we're looking for new people who aren't captured by the standards and the race to beat the next model release. And so that's one of the things that we do. We think about design philosophy that's there for humans. And it's still so early, we can't see that next step yet.
I'm a typical salesperson. If Dave bleeds 6 colors for it and he wants to come on, let him know. I'll give him as much time as he wants, either with you or without you.
He'd be totally wanting to come on and talk about it.
Because I think that's a hot topic, and I'm not going to even go further into it because I think from a holistic perspective, I think there's some other stakeholders that we haven't talked about here, government responsibility and stuff like that. But let me know what Dave thinks and we'll set something up.